to be different, just consistent. And that's something many people aren't so good at.
Well, Wake Up Nigeria here, we're consistently in your face. And that's why we ensure that we bring you a breathtaking episode every day of the week. It's Thursday's own Thursday. What's good about Thursday, by the way?
Thursdays are like the precursor to the weekend.
Yeah, the eve of the weekend. That's what they call it. Good morning and welcome. It's your numero uno breakfast show on television, Wake Up Nigeria, and it's great to have you this morning. Now,
it's our duty to bring the best to your screens, especially for breakfast TV. Good morning, welcome. You're in the right place. This is where you need to be at 7 a.m.
Yeah. And of course, someone who's also with us this morning is MM. Right there in the kitchen. Hello, MM. Good morning.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing, Mike? Auntie T.
Mike,
why aren't you smiling at me? I need you to smile at me.
What are you saying?
That's why I'm using my bedroom voice.
Oh, goodness me.
You need to work on that.
Yeah, that's all. Honestly,
that's
you took the words out of my mouth.
But hey, come on.
That's your bedroom voice.
It's good to see you guys. How are you doing?
Good, fine. Good morning, and of course, welcome to the show. I am Mike Mexicano.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinsor. Please remember to stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv or on Facebook at TVC Connect. You can also send in your comments across all social media at TVC Connect and download our app. Yep,
definitely.
Free.
It's on Android, iOS, and you can watch us anywhere around the world. And also follow us. It's at TVC Connect across social media. Use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC to have a direct line to talk to us.
We're going to have quite a bit in store for you today. It's our Artsy Thursday.
It is. Okay, that's also one other thing that's good about Thursday. We have Seiduga Eyimega, who portrays the story of a Lagos downfall like never before. He's going to be here with his unique take on Lagos State. We're talking about that on our art display this morning.
And finally, for an interesting conversation, we'll be having Aaron Sunday. He's a multi-award-winning film and television actor who holds a degree in theater arts, won 2 awards in 2019 and 2020 for Most Promising Actor and Next Rated. We're going to find out a lot more about this amazing talent a little later on.
And also remember, you can be our Taster of the Week. We have a Taster of the Week every Friday, so it's on social media. We'll put out how you can be. You just interact with us. And Friday, come and join and taste. For a number of you who always say they want to taste the food, because I've had a number of requests like that and all that. So, so our Taster of the Week is still on.
Is this how food will be on my TV and I won't taste it?
And you taste it,
This is an opportunity.
Yeah.
So we'll be giving you some info about that a little later on.
Yeah.
But we cook for the eyes, you know.
Yeah, well.
Should you, is good food always nice to look at?
Not all the time. It takes an extra effort. It takes extra effort to make it look good. But it could smell good, but it might look like crap.
Extra efforts to look good.
It does. So you could cook something really tasty and just slop it on the plate. It still tastes fantastic, but it doesn't look appealing at all. But by the time you taste it...
If you're a good cook, one of the things that you should consider when cooking is how the food looks. So it's also in the presentation, because you're also trying.
It's
mental. Yes, it is, because you know, whoever you're serving the food to, you're conscious about, how is this person going to feel about this food? What does are they going to enjoy it? So it has to look good before you put it in your mouth.
I actually should be called out on that, because whenever I serve my kids food, I don't actually think about how it looks.
Give them the food is good, it's okay.
As far as the food is healthy.
So be wondering about how their mother looks.
You that eat, you know where we eat.
Thanks for joining us. It's time for us to take a news update right here on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Titilayo Oyinsor. 19 members of the movement for the actualization of Biafra, detained for 14 years, are now free from custody. Tears flowed freely as emotions were high when the Federal High Court sitting in Awka yesterday discharged and acquitted them. The 19 defendants, who were arrested in 2007 on a 7-count charge bordering on treason, terrorism, have been in detention ever since. The trial judge, Justice Oweibo, while ruling on the application brought against the accused, acquitted the 19 persons on the grounds that the prosecution failed to establish proof for treason against the accused.
The judge delivered a well-considered judgment, exhaustively evaluated the facts, and came to the conclusion that there was no iota, there was no scintilla there was no modicum of evidence adduced by the prosecution against the defendants. And what is worrisome is that it took more than 14 years to come to this conclusion, and that brings to fore one of the defects in our criminal justice administration. This is a case in which people wasted their youthful years.
I give God all the glory for what He has done in my life today.
In Anambra State, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has placed the incumbent governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, on a watch list ahead of the handover of the government in the state. This was contained in a letter to the Controller General of the Nigeria Immigration Service dated November 15, 2021. The EFCC requested the immigration to place Governor Obiano on a watch list and inform it any time he's traveling out of the country from any of the international airports, as well as other points of entry and exit. It is, however, not clear why the anti-graft agency placed the governor on a watch list. Sources say the move was an indication that the agency may have been discreetly investigating the governor and possibly have intelligence that he was planning to escape after handing over power to his successor, Professor Charles Soludo, on March 16, 2022. Outside Nigeria, Australia has declared Hezbollah as a terrorist organization, extending a ban on the armed factions to the entire movement, which wields considerable power over Lebanon. Home Affairs Minister Karen Andrews says the Tehran-backed Shiite group continues to threaten terrorist attacks and provide support to terrorist organizations and poses a real, credible threat to Australia. Hezbollah is a part political party and part militia, the only group in Lebanon to have refused to disarm since the civil war ended in 1990. The movement, which plays a pivotal role in Lebanese politics, has been accused of fueling Syria's civil war by sending thousands of fighters across the border to prop up President Bashir al-Assad's regime. In 2006, it fought a short yet devastating war against Israel. And that's it on the news for now.
Welcome back. You're still on to Wake Up Nigeria. It's time to look at the front page of the newspaper. And this morning we are starting with the Punch. Headlines making the Punch newspaper this morning. On subsidy, Nigerians to spend 6.7 trillion naira on fuel in 2022. NLC Senate fault 5,000 naira palliative, and Nigerians to pay additional 3.4 trillion annually on petroleum consumption. Cost of doing business will increase fuel-induced inflation, inevitable, says man. And that's it on the Punch newspaper. Next up, we have the Daily Times making the headlines here. Proposed 5,000 naira monthly grants for poor Nigerians. Senate counters Finance Minister. Says no to provision of monthly transport grants for 40 million Nigerians in 2022 budget, and insists fuel subsidy provided for in next year's appropriation bill. And that's it on the Daily Times. Next up, we have the Daily Independent making the headlines here. We can't control threats in our cyberspace, says stakeholders. Say internet security in Nigeria too open for invasion. And on the sidebar here we can't continue with 3 trillion naira annual fuel subsidy, says Minister. And at the bottom of the paper here, infrastructure education top Lagos priorities in 2022 as Sanwo-Olu proposes 1.39 trillion naira budget. And that's it on the front page newspapers. Anyways, moving on. There's this viral video that went, okay, let me take that back.
A video that went
viral
a
few days ago about a little boy feeding his sister at an exam hall while his mother was taking a test.
Yeah.
And it started a bit of a debate where people were, praising the boy and, saying, wow, and the mom as well, for raising such a responsible young boy. And especially in this age where we have a lot of irresponsible men, and yeah. Then that's the video over there.
Yeah, that's the video.
Yeah.
So
and then there's this nurse that came forward, and then she told everyone, like, why are you praising this boy? That the mother should be faulted, that the mother should be, spanked. That she basically called the mother out, that this was pure irresponsibility, that the boy should not have done that. it wasn't his responsibility to cater to his sister. If, you know, she was going for a test exam, she should have gotten someone older to cater to the little girl, not the boy. That you should allow children be children, not allowing children be burdened with the responsibilities of an adult.
So, you know,
so now the question is, do we agree with her? Should we allow children to be children? What's wrong with, you know, allowing children cater to domestic responsibilities as such?
Mike, do you want to take it?
So first of all, who is she?
She's
we just get to the point where someone just puts up a comment and, okay, we know people talk about it and you put it up. You just, but it doesn't make sense. What kind of law? Do you know the situation the person
surrounding
is at?
Yeah.
In fact,
it's a last resort kind of situation.
It might not. It might not see. It might not be a last resort. Yes, it's unnecessary for me. For me, with no respect, no due respect, it's very unnecessary attention. It's not a last resort. It could even be a first resort for her. I mean, you know a lot of people who talk about domestic stuff and how maybe they might. Some people might intentionally not want domestic stuff. And she says, I have a son who's old enough to take care of her and of his sister, which I would say is a very good thing, especially if he starts it that young.
So I have to come against that, Mike. A child has no business taking care of another child. That is my opinion. In any situation, in a house, in the home, in any other school, a child has no business taking care of another child. So yes, he's learned how to do it. It's fun and games if your mom and dad are with you and you're taking care of your sister, fine. But in a public place with adults standing all around you, you're holding a baby. If, God forbid, something had happened to that child or the child had choked or something had bitten the child, or a child doesn't know how to give first aid to another child. A child is not supposed to be taking care of a child. I'm saying, yes, he's feeding the child. It looks really cute, admirable. But the truth is, a mother needs to find a way to look and take care of both of her children. Exam or no exam. That's my opinion.
Anyway.
Now, yes, the fact that he was even caught on camera, to me, if I was the mother in that situation, I would have been like, why did you even put my child on camera in the first place? Why is my child on camera feeding my other child? This is not something you put out there. I get it that they're praising the child for having that responsible side to him. Yeah. But really, a child has no business taking care of another child.
To be honest, quickly, we need to wrap this up. I'm on the fence on this one, to be honest. I don't have a problem with kids being responsible at that age because I feel that we are evolving, you know, as a people. We have everything is just evolving. I mean, you see very young kids at the age of 3, for example, Elsie, they know how to manipulate the phones. Yes. They know how to do so many things at their age. That shows that because the age we are in, a lot of things are changing. So if a kid is, you know, taking on that responsibility, especially a boy child, I don't see anything wrong with it, really. But we have to go right now. We'll also like to hear your thoughts, people, on this one. Do you think children shouldn't take care of children? Do you think children should not be burdened with domestic responsibilities? And let us know your thoughts on all our social media platforms at TVC Connect. We wait to hear from you. And we have to go now. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Hello and welcome back. Now we're joined by Mrs. Bumidayo Ayeni, Head of Non-Financial Services, and Mr. Leslie Ademola, Executive Director of Research and Development at Oxford Holdings. So I'm going to make a little correction a little later on, but I want to tell you a bit about Oxford Holdings first, a leading multi-sectoral organization in Africa with diversified investments spanning across key business sectors of the Nigerian and African economy. They're into real estate, asset management, agriculture, technology, education, and even sports betting, financial service, and non-financial services. It's a pleasure to have you here. I do believe there was a little correction I needed to make on your name.
Yeah, my name is Tosin.
Your name is Tosin. Yeah. Your surname, sir? Okay, I'm very pleased to have you here as well. Thanks so much for joining us to talk to us about your journey. I hear there's a 5-year anniversary to celebrate.
Yes, it's been a journey, and having to come this milestone of 5 years, having grown our tentacles in different business spaces, we have indeed arrived at that place where we'll say that we have come very far, and we've been very excited about this 5-year milestone.
All right. Mr. Tosi, please tell us a bit about how the journey started.
Well, I would say that, you know, the journey started by a few people.
Okay.
Some guys with great characters.
Okay.
People who are resilient, guys who are go-getters and highly ambitious. You know, so that force of ambitious, being ambitious, go-getting, and resilience permeates through all the units and all the businesses that Oxford has interest in.
Okay.
So the journey started like 5 years ago, basically into real estate, first of all. Then having seen the real estate business, established businesses in real estate, become a force in real estate, then the opportunity arises again to move into other sectors. Now, Oxford has moved into agri sector, also established itself, develop appropriate technology. You know the way Nigeria market is.
Yes.
Without your own technology, you probably will not survive. So develop appropriate technology in that sector. Then, without stopping there, move into the financial services.
True.
And you see the business space began to expand. And as it expands, there's a need to actually go into different sectors.
So I have to say that you've become a holdings company. So for those that don't understand what that means, maybe you could break it down, what the difference is between how you started and what you've become.
Okay. So we started as a simple one company, a limited commercial service company. And having seen that we were just operating as one organization, we tried to diversify under just that one. But we realized that the best thing is for us to have a number of organizations that come together and then have a holdings company that houses all those different business spaces that we want to, that we now have interests in. And you would agree with me that even as Mr. Tosin expatiated on the different spaces, we are also in the healthcare sector, we are in the energy sector, we're in oil and gas, we're also in the hospitality sector, we're also in a lot of sectors. I could go on and on, about 20 different businesses.
But that's a lot to take on.
Yes.
There must be some of the sectors who are more heavily invested in than others. Am I right?
Yes, very true. We have, like you know, when a mother starts with one, so the parent company, which is Oxford Commercial Services, is still our core business. And then there are those that are heavy, our dredging business, our agri, our oil and gas businesses, all of that are in very established states. And then we have a couple of others that are coming up, the betting, all of them are also in they have moved from startup into initiation phase.
So I know that over the past year or two, especially with how COVID-19 hit the entire world, there were probably some milestones you weren't able to hit, you know, and there are probably some that you were able to achieve. Can we touch a little bit on that?
Yeah, this is the most interesting part of the business that Oxford has gone into. Like I said, it started with real estate, and having established itself in real estate, it moved to other sector. Those opportunities actually came during the COVID-19 lockdown. You see, Nigeria is a highly diversified place, and sometimes you cannot predict the business environment. The COVID-19 created the opportunity to invest in agriculture, you know, and at that time, Oxford went massively into agriculture. And, that covered for other aspects that where the COVID-19 lockdown affected. So the business grew even during the lockdown as we invested in agriculture and we expand. That lockdown also gave us the time to actually study that market. That's why I said we could develop technology in the market. For example, if you look at agri, nobody survives in the agricultural sector without infrastructure. That is very important. What Oxford did in that sector is to study the whole environment, then look at a cost-effective way of developing his own technology.
All right.
So when you have a farm for all the value chain of agriculture, from planting to harvesting, irrigation, packaging, processing, Oxford basically developed its technology on all those across the value chain. Yeah, and it pays off.
I have to say, you know, it's really has to be interesting for your stakeholders, your investors, especially. They must be having a blast. But I'm thinking about the 5-year anniversary. What does this mean for them? What exactly can they expect from here on?
Okay, looking at the 5-year anniversary plan,
yeah.
I would say that we've been very, very excited working with our investors because we're very, very Pan-African, and they also have that same dream that they want to be everywhere, and we're helping achieve that dream. And with the help of our investors as well, we have also entered into America, entered into the UK. So again, we share the vision with the investors, and they know how strong we are on human capacity development. So again, it is keying into our vision, their own vision through our vision. And they're seeing that, oh, I want to play in this space, but I will not have time to go through this. So Oxford is doing this, can I invest? And they always, always are excited. Every time we call a meeting and we share our milestones, we share the progress that we have achieved. And it's always been an exciting.
All right. So from the name Oxford, you know, it already sounds very premium, very prestigious. But does it mean that the little guy like me cannot invest in a company like yours? What sort of clientele do you actually have?
Okay, I'll take that.
Okay.
You see, Oxford is highly diversified. Therefore, there is opportunity for investment, whether you are HNI, that's a high net worth individual, or you are just somebody who is starting, who is just beginning to invest. So there's room for everyone. And you see, because of the various, the diversified nature of Oxford, you have many products. Products that cater for people who are just starting, and products that cater for people who have grown. Like we said, you know, we have interest in financial services. If you look at financial services, we are into banking, into asset management, wealth management for individuals. We are also in the process of being able to bring out mutual fund, which will actually be quite beneficial to people who are just starting. That you can invest in Oxford with as little as 10,000 naira.
Wow.
You may be able to invest when the mutual fund aspect of the business comes up.
Okay.
But for now, we manage business for families, for high net worth individuals. So people invest.
All right.
We have those classes of investors from students, from students to the to the people that you call the richest people around the country.
All right. Now I have to say thank you so much for coming to share. You know, it's a bit of your story with us, and we'll definitely be looking out for you. And congratulations on the 5th anniversary.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right. Now, if you have some more questions for them, you should be able to reach out to us on social media. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. It's really been a really significant journey for them at Oxford. Can't wait to see what they're doing next. All right, MM has been standing by in the kitchen with the chef. What are we making today?
All right, Tete. Yes, this morning with me is Chef Anu in the kitchen, and we are making orange and pineapple juice. Yes. Great. Now let's talk about the ingredients quickly.
Okay, so we're just going to be juicing our pineapple, orange, lemon, and we already have our ginger juice. Yeah, so we're going to juice everything together.
I see that we have our juice maker here. Yes, so this is a very easy process, actually. Now, let's talk about how you were able to extract the juice from the ginger.
Okay, so the ginger was blended.
Okay.
After being washed, thoroughly washed, it was blended and sieved. So the juice was extracted.
What did you use? Did you add any bit of hot water or?
No,
okay.
no hot water. If not, it would then clog. So just little water to make the blending easy as a base for the blending.
Oh, okay. All right. So we would have to show you guys this process. We are not doing anything yet because we would like you to be a part of what we're doing in the kitchen today. We'll be right back, people. We have to go on this quick break. Stay with us.
Thank you for staying with us. It's Thursday and our art display. We have Seiduga Yimega, who portrays the story of Lagos downfall like never before. Now, his works not only replicate this unique aspect of Lagos State, but also bring to context the traits of local art forms and contemporary designs consumed in popular culture. It's great to have you. Welcome. From your name, you're definitely from the South.
Yes, I am.
But then you're telling a story about Lagos State. Why so?
Well, Lagos is our state. Lagos is my state. I was born in Lagos. And
not your state.
I've actually lived all my practice in Lagos.
Okay.
So, like, I experience Lagos every day just like you do. So, there's something I have to say, like you have something to say. So, I think my artworks should say it. That's why.
Okay, and you decided to say that in your artworks. How, as a person, just before we talk about your artworks, as a person, how has Lagos impacted you? Yeah,
Lagos has impacted me positively because I started practicing in Lagos.
Okay.
You don't want me to talk about my career, but career-wise, Lagos is like the hub of the industry in Nigeria. So
okay,
the
which
best,
industry are we talking about here now?
The fine art industry.
The fine art industry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the best you can get from Nigeria is what's going on here.
Okay.
And it stands internationally. So practicing or living in Lagos has really helped me up my game all this while.
All right, let's talk about these images that we can see now. This one, okay. There's Jim Manson and all of that. Let's start with this one. This is Mickey Mouse. How, Mickey Mouse, let's talk about that one. Why Mickey Mouse in Lagos?
Yeah, there are Mickey Mouse on the Danfos. There are dolls of different cartoon characters on the Danfo buses, keke. So I've been trying to document everything that is happening in this time, like our contemporary culture. So the Mickey Mouse is one of the prominent character everybody can relate with anywhere in the world.
Okay, just before we talk about them individually, as a whole, looking at it holistically, what story are you trying to tell?
I am trying to document my culture today. Okay. And at the same time, I'm trying to bring the regular things we might be ignoring to the arts scene.
Okay, via these works that happen in Lagos State here. Yeah. Okay, all right, let's talk about this one here by my side here. This is, what is this? I know this looks like some traffic signs or something. What is this one here?
It's an educated Agbero. Yeah.
Okay, what form of art is this? What form of drawing is it?
They call it minimalism.
Okay, minimalism, right?
Yes, it's an abstract form of art. You reduce the story to its essence. Yeah, instead of trying to create so many unnecessary subjects around your message, you just go straight to the point and minimize it and convey the story. And the more abstract it looks, the more people are interested to want to know what it's about, because it doesn't just strike right away. So you get them interested and you can now carry them along.
Find out more about the artwork and all of that. Okay, so this is talking about the Agbero in Lagos State. Okay, how about this one here, down here by this side here? What's that one talking about? The first, the one by my right here.
The one by your right?
Yeah.
It's a passenger.
Okay.
Yes, a passenger.
It's still minimalism, yeah?
It's still minimalism.
This art form is really something.
The one by your left is the one I would have even loved you to.
I know. Let's start with the right, and then we'll get to the one on the left.
Yeah, you know, the passenger plays a role in everything. You know, there's a role the passenger plays with the conductor. You know, all of us complain or talk about this or talk about that. But in a way, we contribute to the way they react to us. You can't be on the passenger seat and you're not playing a role. If the driver is driving rough, you have a role to say, okay, calm down.
So yeah, now this is putting before we get to talk about this one, this is putting Lagos as an identity, identifying Lagos by the downfall.
Yes.
When they said they want to change the color.
Well,
that is going to be blue. When they change the color to blue, will this still be relevant?
Yes, it is.
You know, because this is the color as it is now, the yellow and black, which I think identifies Lagos quite very well.
Yes.
You know, but we're going to change the color. So let's talk about the other one.
The other one is rush hour or go slow, whatever you choose to call it. You know, there's like a circle that represents the roundabout, and there's red, green, yellow traffic sign lights. So usually, you know, when you have the red on, you know, you have to stop. It has to get to yellow before it gets to green. But Lagosians would not wait for that yellow to come.
Okay.
They will move. So where are we rushing to? Why can't we really follow the traffic signs the way they have or the way they should
so is
work?
that why they are in that order?
That's
that
why
the green is before the yellow?
Yes.
Okay.
So like the abstraction is just to really emphasize on the need for us to do the right thing.
So minimalism is an art form under abstract art.
Yes, it is.
Okay, how did you or why did you decide to major on this particular form of art?
I can't say I majored on minimalism or not. Like, you know, everybody kind of had different characters, different behaviors. Like if you go to a boutique, the same clothes are there. You make selections that might be different from mine. It's because of my individuality.
This one speaks to you more?
This is me. This is my life. This is my person. This is how I would talk. This is how I would write. This is how I live. So I think it's just reflecting in the artworks I create.
The artworks that you do.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing this?
Yeah, since 2017, but let me say fully since 2018.
And prior to this time, have you always been involved in the arts? Have you always been drawing or painting or something like that?
Yeah.
Maybe from when you were a kid? Let's talk about how your career evolves to this point.
Yeah, I have like from childhood, but you know, the childhood stage is just like a stage of development for so many people, including you at some point. So professionally, I should look like it started from going to art school. And
you went to art school?
Yes,
yeah?
I did.
So, you know that also comes into play. So we have a lot of self-taught artists, you know. What does the art school do to somebody who probably has the talent and says, look, I can go? Would you recommend somebody going, or would you make it something compulsory for somebody who maybe has the talent and can draw? Would you say that they have to go to an art school?
Yes and no at the same time, yeah. The art school would help you study and have a robust knowledge of artistry and what is obtainable in so many other parts of the world. That's a very good advantage I think art school would do for anybody. So you'll be able to put your work into context. You'll be able to give references to where you are coming from. Like a recent work I created, Sapele Spirits.
Okay.
That work.
All right, that's closer to home. Okay, that's moving away from Lagos, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not away from Lagos, actually. But Sapele Spirits, I was able to say Damien S. that created drug cabinets or medicine cabinets. And it's just something like that I'm trying to replicate with the reality of my own environment. Andy Warhol did something in 1962 as well, like the consumable goods in America, like soup cans. So it's just like when you go to art school, you'll be able to have like a wide knowledge of so many other things that are obtainable. But on your own, you might just be concentrating on the skill alone. But in the real practice, it's not just by being able to draw alone. You also need to be professional in terms of telling your story.
Telling your story. All right, thank you very much. And here's wishing you the best. Keep telling stories of Lagos State. Well done. All right,
thank you very much.
Now to the kitchen to see how far they have gone with our meal this morning.
All righty, Mike. Yes, with me in the kitchen this morning is Chef Anu. If you're just joining us, we are making orange and pineapple fruit juice. Yes, and so Chef Anu, over to you. Let's talk about the ingredients you're working with.
Okay, so I'm using pineapple, ginger juice, orange, and lemon. So I've already deseeded the orange and removed the peel. Okay. So that's the same thing I'm doing with the lemon. Okay. Before we start juicing. Okay. And we have our juice maker here, as you can see. What's the process for what we're making? Well, once our pineapple has been cut, this has already been removed, the seeds has been removed, and the back. We just put them in the juicer, and then the juicer extracts the juice, separates the juice from the chaff. Okay, are there other alternatives? So, for example, someone watching right now who doesn't have a juice maker. Yes, there is. Oh, there are alternatives? Yes, another thing that one could do is you just use your blender, you blend it, then use a sieve cloth or a sieve to squeeze out
to drain, to separate the juice from the chaff. Yes. Ooh, you know, I never really thought about that. Ah, yes, that's actually true. Okay, well, we can't overemphasize the benefits of fruits to your health, guys. We can't even talk about, what it does to your immune system. And then you have the ginger here, which is an antioxidant that helps to boost your immune system, helps to fight against those unwanted visitors, those strangers that are trying to attack your immune system. that's what ginger does for you here. And so right now we are still in the process of seeding our lemons.
Yes.
And
I'm just trying to remove the raw phages from
it. Okay. Well, this is quite natural. Health experts always advise it's better for you to take your natural fruit juices, than the packed ones. But hey, it's still your choice to make. We're still making pineapple and orange fruit juice here. We're still seeding our lemons. Well, so give us other fruit options that we can work with. So if I'm not a fan of pineapple, because sometimes if you don't get the right kind of pineapple, it could just ruin your juice.
Yes. There are some types of pineapple that are very sweet, like they call it the coconut
pineapple.
Yes, it's usually very sweet, but it's not compulsory you use this. There are different recipes. Yes.
Yeah. So we're just going to put all of this in the juice maker, and then our fruit juice is ready. But we have to go now. We have the next 45 minutes, and you don't want to miss any part of it, people. Stay with us.
Once again, top of the morning, and welcome. It's the second lap on Wake Up Nigeria.
Yeah, I'm giving you a warm welcome. Loads of large hugs from here to you. Welcome to another magical hour with great vibes. We have had quite a bit of art already.
We have.
Interesting conversation.
Yep. And of course, the kitchen. We had to go check out some healthy options of healthy meals. Whenever Chef Anu is here, there's always something healthy, something that has to do with fruits and all of that. I think we should all take a cue from that one. If the fruits are not too expensive. Just get what you can get.
If it was Ogunfe now, you won't say the Ogunfe is expensive.
Well, as you can see, Anu is hard at work, busy trying to make sure that, the fruit juice comes out. You see here.
All right. I need one of those slow juicers. They say that it takes every single ounce of juice out of every pulp. Oh, goodness me. I need one of those.
All right.
But you can stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv and, of course, on Facebook at TVC Connect.
Now, if you want to comment, use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC across all social media platforms.
Yeah.
Great to have you on the show. I am Mike Nesikeno.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson.
We have Aaron Sunday, an actor, of course, who's been on film and television. He also has a degree in theatre arts. He'll be here to talk to us about what he's been up to and his career.
It's time for a news update right here on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Titilayo Oyinson. 19 members of the movement for the actualization of Biafra, detained for 14 years, are now free from custody. Tears flowed freely as emotions were high when the Federal High Court sitting in Awka yesterday discharged and acquitted them. The 19 defendants who were arrested in 2007 on a 7-count charge bordering on treason, terrorism, have been in detention ever since. The trial judge, Justice Owebo, while ruling on the application brought against the accused, acquitted the 19 persons on the grounds that the prosecution failed to establish proof that the treason against the accused. In Anambra State, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has placed the incumbent governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, on a watch list ahead of the handover of government in the state. This was contained in a letter to the Controller General of the Nigeria Immigration Service dated November 15, 2021. The FCC requested the immigration place the governor on a watch list and inform it anytime he's traveling out of the country from any of the international airports, as well as other points of entry and exit. It is, however, not clear why the anti-graft agency placed the governor on the watch list. Sources say the move was an indication that the agency may have discreetly been investigating the governor and possibly have intelligence that he was planning to escape after handing over power to his successor, Professor Charles Soludo, on March 16, 2022. Outside Nigeria, Australia has declared Hezbollah as a terrorist organization, extending a ban on armed factions to the entire movement, which wields considerable power over Lebanon. Home Affairs Minister Karen Andrews says the Tehran-backed Shiite group continues to threaten terrorist attacks and provide support to terrorist organizations and poses a real credible threat to Australia. Hezbollah is part political party and part militia, the only group in Lebanon to have refused to disarm since the civil war ended in 1990. The movement, which plays a pivotal role in Lebanese politics, has been accused of fueling Syria's civil war by sending thousands of fighters across the border to prop up President Bashar al-Assad's regime. In 2006, it fought a short yet devastating war against Israel. And that's all we have time for on the news updates for this morning on Wake Up Nigeria. Welcome back. It's time for another interesting conversation right here on the couch. Aaron Sunday is here. Now, he's a multi-award-winning film and television actor. He has a degree in theater arts. It's actually very rare for you to find actors who actually have degrees in theater arts. Yes, very rare.
Yeah, so that means, of course, definitely well-trained and knows the art as it should be. Multi-award-winning actor also. He has won quite a number of awards. And he's here to talk to us about what he's been up to. Started in, what now? We're talking about 2009. That's been quite a while. How did the journey start for you? Did you always want to be an... Well, you studied theater arts, so maybe you always wanted to be an actor.
Okay, the thing is, I never wanted to be an actor because way back in school, I was pure science. So after I lost my stepdad, and because he was this, like, go to school, science, and all that. So after he left, so I had to, like, switch back to art because I dreamt and I saw myself acting on 3 different occasions with the late Mrs. Buki Ajayi and also with Desmond Elliot. But then again, I just kept like, you know, no, I don't want to be an actor. So, but then it just kept coming. And then I told my mom, like, look, see, I see myself the actor. So she told me, like, look, if this is where your destiny lies, go for it.
Divine inspiration.
Yes.
Wow. That's deep. That's deep. Have you gotten to meet the people you were dreaming about? I'm talking about Desmond now, for instance.
Yeah, I met him once at the AMA 2015.
But you've not been on a project with him.
But I've not been in any project
so that dream will still come true.
Definitely, yeah.
He was here last week.
I like that.
Desmond was here last week. That's a really interesting fact there. But let's talk a bit about some of the key projects you've done.
Yes.
You were in Jennifer's Diary.
Yes.
Yeah? Let's talk a bit about your role in Jennifer's Diary.
Okay, in Jennifer's Diary, I played the character Gilbert. He was a teacher who really doesn't have much to cater for his fiancé, but his fiancé's mom, she's always like, you know what, he needs to have money, he needs to work, he's too poor, his outfits, his shoes are all looking all tattered, like, no, you can't get married to this guy. But eventually, he got money and then she was, carried away with his everything just transformed.
Eventually, he gets money and they transform. It does happen like that.
In real life.
It doesn't. Oh, well, it does. It does. In some ways. You know, but what did that, being on Jennifer's Diary, what did that do to your career? As an actor?
It opened so many doors because, she's some professional person. Like, she's so strict, but she's professional. So it opened so many doors, and I'm just grateful to God for the journey so far.
Abacus is something that I saw that has just been launched. You want to talk a bit about that?
Okay, Abacus, it's an original series produced by High Impact and directed by Kende Olorundoro. So I played a character, Shola, who is from a family of 3, but a complicated family. They all have their issues to deal with. So it's an amazing series.
So it's a continuous series. It's it's not just a one-hit wonder.
No.
Okay, fantastic.
We're actually hoping for a season 2.
Okay, all right. Amen to that.
So, you know, actors have money. Plenty money. Because they're not serious. Presenters don't have. So
wow, really? Me, I have. I don't know about you.
Okay. So when you see me, you can just wire me $1,000. Before he has, don't wire how. Okay. So, but actors have. But this, you know, let's talk about the as it is now in the industry, the art, acting and all that. A lot of people want to go in for the fame and all of that. I know a number of people do it for the passion. But financially, how is it really? Is it something that someone can just fully live by, just acting as it is? I'm not talking about the A-list actors. I'm talking about maybe, you know, somebody who's getting roles in series and all of that, not in the Ramsey Noah level and all of that. How financially viable is the art?
Okay, for the most part, aside acting, I'm also like a fitness coach. So I train people and I try to put them in the right shape. And I get some change from there. So, and I try to combine both the acting and the fitness thing. So to an extent, I think that acting is actually putting food on my table. So, yeah, and for me, it's actually the passion. Because it's what I love to do and it's what I live for.
The reason why I mention this is that, you know, compared to, say, something like Hollywood, where somebody can do like 2-3 projects in a year, and they're okay. In fact, some people even
But
do...
the thing is, you can't compare them.
Yes, you can. I'm
the
not saying...
government is in full support.
Yes, I'm not saying you can't compare. You know, but here, somebody will be doing 10 projects in 1 week. Like, you know, there are times when you are doing... What's the most number of sets you've run in between at a particular point in time?
In a month.
At the time. What's the most number of projects you've been on? Because I know some people that are like...
2.
But you know that there are some people that are like 4 or 5 projects at the same time.
Yeah, now those ones, me, I don't know about that.
But you know that there are people that
absolutely,
there are people that do 4 or 5 projects at the same time, trying to meet up so many, you know, and all of that. And don't you think it affects the quality of work?
It does affect, because me, I just feel as an actor, it's not a must to be everywhere. It's not a must to be, you know, all project. In as much as you want to make money, but you need to also create a standard. I mean, it's quality over quantity. So that's what I...
Yeah.
Because I mentioned, because you see somebody who's leaving one set, is the person mentally prepared, gets into traffic and boom, and then you're on the other set and you have 30 minutes here, you have to get done, shoot my
scenes. But there's some
scenes.
actors who can actually do that. I mean, if you're good, you're good. If you can switch,
at times, even if you're good, you need the mental preparation. You have roles in Hollywood. We have people who stay 3-6 months for a role. In fact, it was now I was reading about Leonardo DiCaprio for Wolf of Wall Street. He had to spend 1 year with the real Wolf himself.
Do you think you could ever, you know, invest that much time and energy
for
in
a role?
Particular role?
If it comes, definitely. And with the right backings, definitely I will.
So which actor, international actor, would you see yourself mirroring?
David Oyelowo.
Oh,
yes.
Really? Yeah, well, he's had some powerful roles. Martin Luther King Jr. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful.
All right, let's talk about your most challenging role. What have you done that has pushed you to the limits?
My most challenging role, wow. Because I've done a lot of challenging roles, but I'm just
which one stands out for you?
Try to come up with one. I think the role I played on Unbroken by Africa Magic, Tunji. Yeah, there's this layers he has. Like he switches from being the cool guy to the street guy. Like there's just so many layers between him and so I think Tunji on.
How do you prepare yourself mentally for such a role? Something that's challenging. What do you do when you're alone time, when you have a script and you know you're about to shoot? What do you do to yourself? How do you get yourself ready for roles like that?
Okay, the thing is how I prepare myself, because I'm a loner, so when I get a script, I try to probably just lock myself up and then go through the script, try to imagine the character on screen before I can now try to get into the character and try to learn the lines. So it has to do with mental thinking, imaginations,
I have to think about roles that you wouldn't accept. You know, so there's some people that see themselves as the hero of their own story.
Right.
But then there's some that see themselves as a villain. Which one are you?
I think I'm all rounder, man. I'm just so versatile that I could play any role.
Really?
Yes, I am.
Okay, no bad guy roles anytime soon? No?
It's definitely going to come, but for now, I don't know.
So moving forward, are you? Because I know a lot of actors now are getting into production, you know, directing all of that. What's in the front for you? What are you seeing?
I think I might have to divert into directing because I watch most of all this Hollywood behind the scenes, and I love the whole drama going on. So I think directing would be one part I would love to dive into.
All right, then.
Thank you. Yes, wishing you the best. And we'll get to look forward to see what you do.
And this is like my second time being on the show here. So
great. You're welcome. What did you have? Do you remember what you had the first time? Did you get to the kitchen the first time?
I think parfait.
Parfait.
Yes.
Healthy. We give him healthy stuff. This time it's juice. Juice. Juices.
We actually cold pressed it right here.
It was done here. It was,
all right, please join us in the kitchen.
Sure.
Join us in the kitchen. All right, go ahead.
Sure.
Okay.
Hi.
Yeah.
Take a sit.
Gladly.
Yeah, this is Chef Anu.
Okay,
and
hi.
This morning, she's made for you orange and pineapple juice.
Is that quite healthy?
Yes, it is. So we'd like you to have a cup, a glass, and let us know what you think about it. It's fresh. Everything in there is purely fresh.
Cold pressed right here.
Yes.
You know, I was saying I needed to get one of those machines. I need one of those.
This is nice. Ginger.
Yes, that has nice.
Okay. So what the ingredients that went into it?
Okay, pineapple, orange, ginger, and lemons.
And lemon.
Just the right blend of everything healthy in there. Thank you so much, Aaron, for being our guest on the show today.
Thank you so much. I'm honored.
Okay, you know what? At this point, we have to say thank you to you, of course, for coming to join us this morning. We have to say thank you to everyone who tuned in today. A big shout out to our e-community who are watching online. Yeah.
Remember what we talked about on What's Up and About segment? Yeah. Guys, we're waiting for those comments, so keep them reeling.
All right.
Of course, we also have Mike on the couch. Say your goodbyes, Mike.
Words of wisdom, Mike?
Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
All right. All right.
Have a great day, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.